10 Shocking and Scandalous Facts About Bob Ross. Bob Ross, known for his calming voice and happy little trees, became a cultural icon through his television show The Joy of Painting. While he is beloved for his peaceful demeanor and encouraging painting instructions, there are some lesser-known, shocking, and even scandalous facts about his life that might surprise even his most devoted fans. Fact number 1. The hidden perms. Bob Ross's iconic perm wasn't his natural hair but a strategic cost-saving measure. In the early 1980s, Ross was striving to establish his brand and save money. To avoid the expense of frequent haircuts, he decided to perm his hair, creating a distinctive look that became synonymous with his gentle, soothing painting shows. Despite the perm becoming a key part of his public persona, Ross later expressed regret over the decision. He found himself stuck with the hairstyle because it had become an integral part of his image. His business partner, Annette Kowalski, once said he could never change it. He was kind of stuck with that. Number 2. The military despot. Before becoming a beloved painting instructor, Bob Ross had a 20-year career in the U.S. Air Force. Enlisting at 18, he eventually rose to the rank of Master Sergeant. Known for his strict and authoritative demeanor, Ross's responsibilities included ensuring discipline and order among his subordinates. Reflecting on this period, Ross described himself as the guy who makes you scrub the latrine, the guy who makes you make your bed, the guy who screams at you for being late to work. This stern military persona contrasts sharply with the calm, reassuring figure he became on television. The tranquility he promoted through painting was, in part, a reaction to the stress and rigidity of his military life. Number 3. Secret business battles. Bob Ross's gentle on-screen persona belied the intense business battles that followed his death. His business partners, Annette and Walt Kowalski, played significant roles in his career, helping to build the Bob Ross brand. However, after Ross's death in 1995, legal disputes over the rights to his name and image emerged. Ross's son, Steve Ross, accused the Kowalskis of manipulating his father's legacy for financial gain. The conflict culminated in a protracted legal battle, as Steve sought to reclaim control over his father's legacy. The disputes revealed a stark contrast between the serene world of The Joy of Painting and the contentious realities of maintaining the brand behind the scenes. This controversy reached a wider audience with the release of the 2021 documentary, Bob Ross, Happy Accidents, Betrayal and Greed, which detailed the complex and often contentious relationships within the Bob Ross Incorporated empire. Number 4. A Family Feud. Bob Ross's family life was more complex and tumultuous than his serene paintings suggested. His first marriage to Vivian Ridge began in 1965 and ended in divorce in 1977. They had a son, Stephen Ross, who later became a painter and occasionally appeared on his father's show. In the same year of his divorce, Ross married Jane Zanardelli. This marriage lasted until Jane's tragic death from cancer in 1992. Jane supported Ross throughout his career transition from the military to becoming a television personality. Her death deeply affected him. 3 years after Jane's death, Ross married Linda Brown in 1995, just months before his own death from lymphoma on July 4, 1995. Linda provided support during his final days. Despite his calm public persona, Ross's personal life was marked by the emotional upheavals of multiple marriages and the strain of maintaining relationships amidst his growing fame. Number 5. The silent battle with lymphoma. Bob Ross's battle with lymphoma was a silent struggle, hidden from his adoring public. Diagnosed with the disease in 1994, Ross continued to film episodes of The Joy of Painting, determined not to let his illness interfere with his mission to spread joy and creativity. Despite his declining health, he managed to complete the show's 31st season in 1994, which would be his last. His illness was a closely guarded secret, known only to close friends and family. This dedication to his craft, even in the face of terminal illness, highlights the resilience and commitment of the artist. Ross passed away on July 4, 1995, at the age of 52, leaving behind a legacy of inspiration and tranquility. Number 6. The Mystique of the Perm. Bob Ross's iconic perm was not a personal choice but a marketing strategy devised by his business partners, Annette and Walt Kowalski, to create a distinctive and memorable image. Ross, initially looking for ways to cut costs, had decided to perm his hair to avoid frequent haircuts. The Kowalskis saw the potential in this unique look and encouraged him to maintain it. Despite disliking the hairstyle, Ross kept it because it became an integral part of his brand. This decision added a layer of irony to Ross's public image, as his signature look was more a product of branding than personal preference. Reflecting on the decision, Ross reportedly said, "I wish I never had that damn perm," underscoring the disconnect between his true self and his public persona. Number 7. The Financial Hardships. Despite his widespread success and beloved public persona, Bob Ross faced financial difficulties throughout his life. During his early years in the U.S. Air Force, he lived modestly, earning a relatively small salary that barely covered his family's needs. Even at the peak of his career in the 1980s and early 1990s, when The Joy of Painting was a popular television show, Ross did not amass significant personal wealth. Much of his income was reinvested into his business, Bob Ross Incorporated, to sustain and grow the brand. Additionally, the legal battles over his estate after his death in 1995 further complicated his financial legacy. His son, Steve Ross, was involved in these disputes, fighting to reclaim rights to his father's name and image. This financial strain reveals the less glamorous side of Ross's artistic journey, where passion often overshadowed profit. Number 8. A controversial partnership. Bob Ross's relationship with his business partners, Annette and Walt Kowalski, was complex and sometimes contentious. The Kowalskis were instrumental in transforming Ross from a public television painting instructor into a household name. They managed the business aspects of Bob Ross Incorporated, which included marketing his image, producing painting supplies, and handling merchandising. However, their control over the business led to disputes, especially regarding the rights to Ross's name and image. After Ross's death, his son Steve accused the Kowalskis of exploiting his father's legacy for their gain. This accusation culminated in a legal battle that highlighted the darker side of the art business, revealing how commercial interests can conflict with personal legacies. Number 9. The alleged affair. Rumors have circulated about Bob Ross having an affair with a business associate, adding an element of scandal to his otherwise pristine image. While these claims remain unverified, they have been a subject of speculation among fans and biographers. The alleged affair is said to have strained both his personal and professional relationships, potentially affecting his marriages and business dynamics. Whether true or not, these rumors feed into the narrative of Ross's complex personal life, suggesting that even the most serene public figures can have tumultuous private lives. Number 10. Hidden Artistry. Bob Ross's talent extended far beyond the happy little trees and serene landscapes he was famous for on The Joy of Painting. He was a skilled and versatile artist who produced more complex and sophisticated works than those typically shown on television. Many of these pieces, which showcased his broader artistic abilities, were never publicly displayed and remained in his private collection. Ross's hidden artistry suggests that his public persona as a simple, approachable painter was just one facet of his true creative capabilities. This aspect of his life adds depth to our understanding of Ross, highlighting the gap between his public image and his private artistic pursuits.